Good morning to everyone and a warm welcome to our Learnifier live customer webinar this Tuesday morning. I believe it's September 17th. So excited to share some of the things we've been working on. So this event is all about you, our customers. We want to keep you in the loop on the latest news and give you a sneak peek into also what's next and what we've been working on. And I mean, we're working, that's our job, to make your life easier. So we can't wait to share our plans and what we're working on with you. Before that, some practicalities as always in the start. We plan for 45 minutes. We have quite a full agenda, I believe. So we'll try to keep a good pace. With questions, feel free to ask questions all the time in the chat. We have colleagues in the chat that will try to respond to the questions real time. If we can't, we'll get back to you later on. Might also be good to know that we're recording this webinar, and obviously we'll send it out afterwards if you want to share it, review something, that's up to you. So let's dive into the agenda for today. And as mentioned, we have a number of things going on that we want to look at. So we're going to start out with Hanna, Paavo, and Mona talking about what we've been working on lately in the product. So that's going to be about the first 20 minutes, a number of items that we go through. Then we'll have Anders talk a bit about partner highlights, what we've been doing on the partnership front. And then we also have some upcoming events that Ulrika will talk about. That's a request we've had, knowing how you can improve, learn from others, etc. So that's something we've added lately to Learnifier Live. And then Hanna and Mona will talk a bit about what's up next in the product. And then I'll be here to wrap things up, hopefully in good time before 9:45. So as you might have noticed on the agenda for today's live event, it's not only covering product updates. Since a few events back, we've got a request to also talk about which partners we're working with and also what we're doing to help share knowledge around learning and also share events that are coming, etc., so you can learn from each other. So that's also something that we're including today. As some of you already might know, our mission is really centered around making training and learning easy, engaging, and efficient to achieve business outcomes. And this is something that we're continuously working with, and you'll see maybe some stronger hints on the business outcomes thing today. We'll start working even more with that. So excited to continue to have that dialogue with you as that becomes more important, building a product where you can also prove what the business outcomes are. So what we're going to do today, we are going to look at what we've been working on during our last pulse. So at Learnifier, we work in 4 different pulses. So we started in our last Learnifier live event. We had that in May. We've been working over summer. Some of us had some vacation, but there's been a lot of good things happening as well that we'll share today. Obviously, September 17th is today. We'll share the updates during the summer. And then we'll get back with the date sometime in November, where we'll share the things that we've been working on during the fall. And we'll talk a bit at the later part of today about what we will be working on. So I believe that's it for me now. Let's dive into the goodies. I will hand it over to Hanna, who will start sharing things that we've been working on. So over to you, Hanna.
Thank you, Matthias, and good morning, everybody. My name is Hanna, and I am going to walk through 3 quick news today. So I'm going to start talking about the dashboard. So I think, Matthias, you can flip to the next slide. And we're really excited to introduce this new feature in Learnifier. As an administrator, you will see some predefined dashboards where we will provide insights on the portal you are using. If you're using several portals, you will see one for each. And we know many of you tracking course completion or monitoring how many learners are logged in. Today require you to pull a report, but with this new dashboard, all of that information will be at your fingertips. So now you can instantly see how many learners have completed the courses, how many are in progress, and who has yet to start. The center graph you can see on this screen is even more valuable because it's allowing you to track progress trends over time. In the first release, you will get 7 days of historical data, so not so much, but the graph will continue to build each day moving forward. So give it a couple of weeks and you will be able to see some changes and behaviors you want to follow. And it can be, for instance, when launching a new course, you can easily monitor participants' engagement or identify patterns that may require intervention, such as encouraging learners to complete the courses or recognize positive trends like high engagement. On the right hand side in this graph, you can see how many learners have been active the last 30 days. And hopefully you have more than one than we show in this demo screen. And I think this is particularly valuable when you are rolling out new content and you can stay atop on overall engagement for your learners. Another benefit I want to highlight with this dashboard is that can help you as an administrator to demonstrate the impact of your work. We know many of you have multiple team members creating and managing content, and it can sometimes be challenging to showcase the value of what's being built. So with this new dashboard, we can provide a clear overview, how many courses are developed and delivered, giving you and your stakeholders an easy way to see the efforts. And I think some of you may be surprised on how many courses you actually created in Learnifier. This will go live today, so you will notice this new graphs on the admin portal in your account, and we would love to hear from you. What specific KPIs would you want to track? So give us feedback, and we look forward to improving this feature with you. I think we can go over to the next slide and look at moderated self-registration. So we have added a new option on the self-registration links. We know many of you rely on the self-registration to bring your learners into your courses. And these links are effective, but they can sometimes feel a bit open. So as a course leader or administrator, you might feel that you are losing control over who gets to participate in the course. And for example, it can be that you not want too many participants from the same team or the same company taking all the available spots and want that extra layer of approval. So this is now possible. When you activate the self-registration link, there's a new setting called moderated. And once enabled, a participant can still register through the link, but instead of starting the course immediately, they will receive a message, as you see here on the screen, that they are signed up, and it's up to you to provide the seats. A bonus is also that now you can use the self-registration together with the waitlist feature, so providing you even more flexibility. If the course is full and the waitlist is open, the persons ends up there instead. So this is already live. You can go test it out right away. And then we're gonna walk through the AI generated quiz. You may remember that before summer, we introduced our new AI feature to be able to generate quiz through AI. And the purpose of this function is to help you create consistent, high quality quizzes quickly and efficient. I think, Matthias, you can go to next. There we go, thank you. When we launched this feature before summer, you could create quizzes for an entire course. So what we have updated is that you can now choose whether to create a quiz on a specific module or the entire course. And by choosing a module instead of a full course is that you can easily identify areas where the participants need more support, and they can also receive immediately feedback what they need to train more on. This feature is on all price plan. To activate it, you need to sign our AI agreement. So reach out to us if you have any questions about this. And I think now we're going to go over to Pavel. and talk about SCIM and LTI. And what is that, Pavel?
Yeah, thank you, Hannah. Hello and welcome. I am Pavel. I'm one of the backend developers here at Learnifier, and I am eager to show you some cool stuff that we worked on around integrations. The first one is the system for cross-domain identity management called SKIM 2.0. And I think we can go to the next slide. Which is basically a new standard for user management in Learnifier. And its whole purpose is to make everything smoother and more automated in terms of user synchronization. And this protocol is the core of the Microsoft Entra ID, or formerly known Azure Active Directory system. So anyone who already uses this infrastructure may connect that to the Learnifier, reducing the complexity and setup time for the user synchronization, making it also not required any integration itself, custom integration. The user management is automated and happens in the real time, and fires for every user creation, update, or deactivation, including the roles or access management privileges synchronization between those two systems. That minimizes the user management effort and ensures the data coercions and access restrictions. For example, whenever you change some employee data, that changes are automatically reflected in the Learnifier, enhancing the security and quickening the whole process. If you are interested in such integration to be enabled for your realm, please reach out to your support person and we can set it for you for any third-party identity provider that may support the SKIM protocol. Yeah, we can go next. And I am also excited to announce the new support for the LTI standard protocol, which stands for the Learning Tool Interoperability. Sorry for that. And that is a protocol for enhancing and seamlessly connect the third-party tool providers, allowing you the access to new completely interactive elements that you might include in your Learnifier platform. It is easy to set up and seamless for any user that makes the participation in your courses. It enhances the learner experience and provide additional next level journey throughout any course that you want to enhance that way. Depending on your tool provider, it gives you even better insights of the learner participation in such components with possible feedback back to Learnifier systems. And that's all with the most secure and reliable data exchange between those two integrated systems. But let me show you maybe the yes. Let me show you exactly what I mean by that. You should now see our Learnifier, which you should be already familiar with. In your client portal settings API submenu, you will notice new Learnifier tools interoperability registration wizard, which allows you to register a new tool. And afterwards, you will be able to pick into the platform configuration of such tool, the tool config itself, which allows you also to mess or change those settings afterwards. And you have full control of activating or deactivating such tool. This setup allows you to create a new materials called LTI resources that basically are deep linking the tool from your third-party provider, which I'll not go through it because this might vary from the tool provider to tool provider, but basically the outcome is that we receive from the tool provider a new component, which then might be used in your course builder for any courses that are in your system by simply adding directly from the library such components or connecting the components directly through deep linking into the project of your choosing, the same way as you would normally do with the materials library. Afterwards, I don't see the next. Yeah. Afterwards, whenever a learner takes a participation in such course, you will see your interactive component directly in the Learnifier course, allowing the user to go through it, click through it, or if you choose to include some more advanced components, maybe go through some quizzes, word links, maybe a fill in the missing words kind of components, or any other that the tool provider that you are using is capable of. Yes, let's stop the share now and let's get back. Yeah, the LTI integration will be available for any price plan, and it will be only accessible for learners within the new Learner UI. And this comes with some GDPR compliances because the Learnifier will share with the tool provider some basic learner personal data, like name or email addresses. That's basically all we share, but we need to. And we will, in nearest future, also support the real-time data feedback from the tool. Yes, I think that's all I wanted to show you.
Thank you, Pavel. So Skim and LTI coming for you. And I think with that, we'll pass it over to Mona.
Yes, thank you, Matthias. We're gonna kick it off and show you a little bit of our new Learner UI. This is still in a beta. This is something we have worked very diligently on. And we're super excited that we are now getting to the point where we're getting close to rolling it out. So hold on to your horses for more information around that, because I'm sure you guys are just as excited as we are. So the new learner experience, it's more intuitive, definitely more accessible, and a bit more modern interface. We've been building on and kind of adding on. We have some customers that are in the beta who has been with us from the get-go, but they've kind of seen this UI kind of develop. We're now at the we're past the midpoint, so I would suggest if you haven't gotten into the beta, now is a great opportunity to do so. There are some new things in the UI. We now have support for resources, both on the course information page and on within the course experience. It's really great. So we have a new flow with the course information page. You might have seen it in previous lives. But it's really convenient to have resources on that page that provides learners easy access to additional content directly from the course page. It also helps them with their self-directed learning because you can explore additional materials before you get into the course experience, for instance. There's a lot of great positives with this. So the launch plan, I would think, is pretty important for everybody here. We are aiming at releasing the beta toggle to everyone in mid-November. That means all our customers will have the opportunity or will have the toggle in their Learner UI, allowing their learners to move back and forth from the new experience to the old experience. So that's going to be pushed out mid-November. If we kind of lift our gaze and look forward, we are looking at maybe around the early New Year's, once we get into 2025, we're gonna at some point roll back that toggle and make that new Learner UI the default experience for everybody. But just want to rest assured that the shift when we do this, when we remove the toggle, it will be seamless. We are here to support you throughout the process. We will have comprehensive support and resources as far as video tutorials, detailed guides, FAQs, and then we also have our dedicated customer support to go in and check it out, that you can help. It will help you on the ride. So a few things that you need to know. There is a new flow in the next gen where we have this course information page that I mentioned, and Fredrik will show you shortly what that is. It is a new layout, so there will be minor changes to content, and the keyword is very minor here. But I would suggest getting into the beta and kind of spot checking a few courses just to see. We will, of course, have support for all our in-house components in this, so you should not be worried about that. We have some customers who are really great at customizing the product. So again, I would suggest you go in and check out early on what transfers and what you might have to redo. But yeah, just kind of getting in there, checking out the course material, ensuring that it displays for your learners as it should, but also getting your learners in there so they're comfortable with kind of going into the course and getting that full immersive experience from the course as they should get. And as just a quick mention, as we kind of move on to the full release of the next gen, we will be rotating off or removing our focus from the current UI. So bugs and improvements will be addressed if it's hindering your participants in the old UI. But the focus will be on the next with the new features and the new functionality. All right. Then I'm going to pass it over to Fredrik, our front-end dev. He's going to show you the greatest and the latest. Over to you, Fredrik.
Yes, thank you, Mona. Let me share my screen here quickly. All right. You can all see this, right?
Yes.
Perfect. Yes, as Mona said, there's a lot of ongoing changes. I'm going to be showing you two sets of functionality that's been the main focus since after summer. And that is branding and resources, as Mona mentioned. So if I go ahead and toggle on next gen here, we'll get straight into the My Courses page. And we can straight away see the branding capabilities. So what we've done is we've incorporated navigational colors and your logo into the header. And we made extra care about making this accessible. Since this is a customizable color, we want to make sure that whatever color we use is in contrast to those. So it's fully accessible. And it is, so that's good. And there's also some customizable colors to like accents and links and buttons and things like that that you'll see. You'll recognize this from the current Learning UI. It's nothing new. We just transferred it over to the new one after some feedback. So that's the branding. Let's talk resources. So if I open up a course here, we'll get into this famous course information page where we gather all the information for a course. And here we'll find resources. And this is a list of all the resources that's available for that course. So you'll be able to interact with the media types, like video, images, audio, by opening it up, and you can play it here in the tool. The same goes for quizzes, but they will open up in our quiz player. Same thing with surveys, by the way. And then there is documents and links. So a document will download and a link will open up in a new tab. And then some of you have a lot of resources. So we have a filter to help you there, where you can filter on the type of resource. You can also filter on the tags, which is customizable by you. You set those when you upload the resource. And then you can search on title, and you can also toggle the downloadable resources. Also, there is a quick action to download all the downloadable types of resources. If you've used resources in the past, I think you will recognize this. It's a new look and feel, but the functionality is basically the same. So this is one of the views, but we also wanted to make sure that it's quickly accessible when you're in a course as a learner. So if we open up the course here, we can see that we have a button up here now that toggles that same list. Here, it's basically the same functionality and look and feel, just in a different place. I think that was it. Short and sweet. Thank you all. I highly recommend going into the beta and trying it out, as Mona said. Yep, thanks.
Great.
Thanks, Fredrik.
Yep, I think I'm up next if I remember correctly. So I'll take it from you, Fredrik. Great demo. And I would say if you want to get in and get access to the beta right now and get that toggle in the Learner UI, reach out to your customer representative and or support, and they will be able to get that in there within the same day usually. So it's a quick turnaround. And again, for now, your users will be able to move back and forth between the old and the new. So there is that. Looking forward to getting you guys in there and hearing the feedback. I think next up is another feature we have, which is called Merge Course Templates. And I'll do a quick run through on this. This is for our customers on enterprise plans. This gives you the ability to build a new course template and pull materials such as modules, activities, automated communications, and resources from other templates. And I'm going to do a quick share here to show you what that looks like. And I am hoping that you see my screen. Do you guys see my back office?
Yes. Yes.
Not the back office, but the back office. All right. So in here, I've created a new course plan, or a course template, excuse me. And I will go in and start building this out. And this is really great because this will save me time. There's a new feature here, which is a little drop down on the modules piece. So I go in and we see that there is.
Sorry, Mona, we don't, I'm sorry for interrupting. We don't see it. We see a slide, or at least I do see a slide. And I saw that Thomas Hedström in the chat also sees that. So now we see it.
There must be some delay, I guess, then, I hope. Okay, so we are in the enterprise course builder, or back office course builder. We have the option to import templates. So by clicking here, we see that I can import from other templates. This is a new model that we added on. And for instance, if I have a course that I know I've built out automated communications, or I have really great resources that I want to pull into this other template, this is where I will do it. So I can select one template and select either all modules activities, all resources, and or all communications, or I can take a step up and pull in from 2 or more templates, basically. It's important to know that it's all the modules and activities in those templates that I select that will come in. But I can choose to exclude auto communications if I want to do so. So next step is just to import it. And as you see, within a second, they whiz into my new course template. Here I can edit, delete, and kind of adjust as I need to. We see the modules are here. We see the resources came in. And again, I can edit and change as I need to. And then I have my automated communications that came in from those selected templates. They're saved, and I now have my new course template. Another thing to kind of call out here, though, is unlike our reusable activities and modules functionality, these are not synced. So changes I make to the template do not flow through to this new course template that I made. So depending on how you want that workflow to work, I would say this one is really great to get these bulk operations resources with. But if you want that sync, I would still suggest you go to that reusable modules and activity function. So then, yeah, why should you use this? Let's see, we can get back into the PowerPoint. Yeah, it does allow you to be more efficient with your time. You can replicate your courses, again, by pulling these activities or modules and or autocoms or resources into a course. It gives you consistency in the course. So if you have one where you feel like I've built this up and I want to reuse this, this will be a great function to kind of pull those in and then have that same consistency of communication throughout the new course template. It would also allow you to pull in things and customize them, so you can delete the modules or the autocoms or the resources that you don't want to without having to start from scratch and building it anew. So again, trying to make sure that we provide you guys with more efficient workflows as you build great content for your learners. I think that's about it for the merge course template function. Let's pass it over to Anders to talk a little bit about partner highlights. Over to you, Anders.
Thank you, Mona, and hi to all. My name is Anders, and you might have seen me here before. I'm working with the partnerships area at Learnifier. It's an amazingly interesting and rewarding area because if you just change slide, I think it's important to remind you all that we are building a partner network. We know that we can create so much more value for you as Learnifier customers if we have a partner network that supports you in any way, in any need that you have. And we're doing this by trying to understand where you are, the challenges that you have, the processes in learning and development that you have, and also the kind of integration needs between different systems, trying to understand your system landscape. And that's also why we've created this internal integration as a service team that will help you with specific integration needs. And of course, we're doing this to maximize the value of you using the Learnifier platform to make it more easy and efficient, and of course, engaging for the learners as well. So a short reminder, and next slide, please. And of course, we're working with this every day. So our partner ecosystem is growing with different organizations, companies, and areas. If you've been here and following us, we've had a couple of webinars already after the summer with We Are, which is an immersive content tool creating simulation and animations. We've worked with Trippus, who is an event management firm, also connecting those systems so you can connect courses to your events and automatically transfer users between those. And now I will talk about a new partner within the digital asset management. Sorry, go back one, just a second. In a second, I will talk about how we move into the digital asset management area. But we will also come back to you when it comes to competence planning. We know that doing competence mapping, visualization, and planning management of competences is a prerequisite for having a good learning and competence development strategy. So this is something that we will, as I said, look into more and come back to you maybe next time in November. So next slide. Let's get into the digital asset management. This is tools for storing, managing, editing, and sharing media, images and videos mostly, of course. And our first partner in this area is MediaFlow, and MediaFlow is a powerful tool for this. They have a huge part of public sector organizations when it comes to customer base. So I think many of you might use them already. And what we're doing now is to make sure that the media that you have within MediaFlow is easily transferred and possible to use in Learnifier courses, of course. If you have that kind of media, it should be easy to transfer it to Learnifier. And that is the first step of that kind of integration. If we feel that there is interest for more, we can, of course, deepen that integration to make those files and assets accessible through Learnifier. But let's show us your interest, and we will look into that. And of course, this is all about making workflows smoother, processes more efficient, but also to enhance the learning journeys within Learnifier so that we can use all the assets that we have. And of course, this is just one example of digital asset management tools out there. If you have others you want us to connect to, please let us know. And that's also for any partnerships that you want us to look into. If you have any need, please talk to your customer success manager or anyone at Learnifier, and we will get back to you on that. That was all for me. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Anders. And let's pass it over to, I think, Ulrika, who will share a bit about upcoming events and resources.
Yes. Hi, all. I think I recognize some of you from our webinars. And that's what I wanted to talk about a little bit, to inform you about the resources that we have available for you and what we're working on in marketing. We do webinars on a regular basis. As Anders also mentioned, we do with the partners. We invite internal speakers, our own experts, and external experts. And the next webinar is on October 16th, when our customer Dormy will talk about their onboarding processes and learning. And if you know any expert, or if you yourself want to join one of our webinars, please let us know. We love doing that, and I think it's a great way to share your own knowledge and inspire others. These webinars, we send them out through the invitations through email, and you can also find them on our LinkedIn page usually. Right now we're working on a new resources page on the website. So it will be easier to see which events are upcoming and which ones you want to sign up to, and so on. You can also find the recordings on our YouTube channel. They're always available there for you. What else? Yeah, we have a survey out. It's just 2 questions. In the marketing department, we really want to know what inspires you in your work. What do you want to learn about? So I'm going to include that in the follow-up email after this. So please fill it out. It's just 2 questions. We want to know. I also want to highlight that we do other events. That's our customer excellence team. They have something they call Coffee with Learnifier. It's a series of open sessions where you as a customer get to ask questions. Usually there's a theme for the session. We also have networks. I know last week the municipality network met. They meet a couple of times a year, either digitally or in person, to discuss similar challenges and inspire each other. I think that's it. And if you want to join any of the networks, please also get in touch. with anyone here. That was a lot of info, and yeah, I'll pass it back to you, Matthias.
Thank you, Ulrika. So let's move on and talk a bit about what's coming next. So obviously we're doing this event today. We'll now go into what we call the Fall Pulse, continue working on a number of things. And I will have Mona and Hannah talk quickly about what are some of the things that we're starting work on, not necessarily completing, but starting work on. So I think I'll pass it to you first, Hannah.
Yes, thank you. We are right now working on reports in the admin portal. So not only we will provide a fresh design, but you will have the availability to customize reports to fit your exact needs. So whether it's tweaking data or adjusting columns, it's all in your hands. Plus, we are doing that you will be able to schedule and send out the report automatically. So making it easier to keep everyone up to date. And we think this is a game changer for getting your insights you need faster and more efficiently. So really looking forward to keeping you up to date with this. And Mona, what's up at yours?
Yes, after we have rolled out our exciting new Learner UI to everyone, we are taking on revamping TeamView. So this is done after quite a few customer interviews. So we've gotten some great insights and feedback from you all. So thanks for that if you partook in that process. We do appreciate it. We have identified a few areas that we are going to address in this first round. And I think one of the first things is to make sure that the UI matches the new Learner UI. So there's a seamless kind of transition between the two views, kind of creating clarity and more modern functionality and such for both managers and then for learners. We're going to do an effort to align the terminology, making sure that we are kind of using award, certificate, diplomas where appropriate, and making sure that our wording is kind of the same across those two UIs, so that when the communication between managers and learner happen, they're using the same terms. So they know what they're talking about with each other, which is always great. We are lifting the code base. We're rewriting the code base for TeamView as well as we did for the Learner UI, so that when we have improvements and new features, it comes out quickly and benefits all users. We're also providing greater visibility into the coworkers' progressions and certificates, so that managers can provide better support their teammates' development and make sure that their goals and skill gaps are met and identified quickly. Lastly, we're going to add filters to TeamView so that we reduce the time that the managers are looking for information. That was one thing we got loud and clear, making that whole process smoother and more efficient and easier to find what you're looking for, basically. So more to come on this. I'm sure we will share the journey on this project with you. All right, I think that was it for me. Back to Matthias.
Thank you. So it's 9:44. We're coming to an end for today. So I'll start wrapping things up. We'll reach out with a new date for our next Learnifier Live. It'll likely be sometime in late November, but we'll get back with an exact date on that. And also, want to thank all of you today. It's been a full agenda. We'll obviously share the recording afterwards. We have the link to the survey, other resources that will be sent out. A number of times during today, we've said we want to hear which partners should we connect to, which webinars should we run. Please let us know either now in the chat, send us an email, whichever channel fits you. Please let us know how we can help and do better things for you. So with that said, it's 9:45. Thank you for attending this morning, and have a beautiful day.